คือตายายอยู่ก็ทำให้ตายายทำให้แกแจกลูกหลานมาเพราะพวกนี้มันเป็นขนมเงินสดแต่ถึงมันหมดรุ่นป้าแล้วไม่มีแล้วรุ่นใหม่ใครก็จะเอารุ่นพวกนี้ไม่มีแฟร์แล้วก็เสียดายทำไม่ได้นะไม่มีแฟร์
Okay, as you say that the grandma said, not only the grandma said that they have to live alone, but the statistics also show us that the number of senior citizens who have to living alone has increased. So the legacy of them will lose because no relative or no grandchild to stay and learn something with them. Moreover, the forecasting thing also shows us that the death rate of citizens have increased because of people living longer, and an average of them is around 65 years old. That means we will lose and experience elderly much more than ever. So here comes our goal to keep our granny's wisdom alive by our team, a group of grandchild from creative and business field who passionate in story and valuable wisdom. The clip, as you seen before, is made by us. We take our hobby seriously, and we hope that it will turn to be our full-time job soon. From this goal, we have looked around to the related project, and we found that almost of the related projects are focusing on the modern know-how and the wisdom from the community. So there is the large room for us to focusing on the personal-based wisdom, like hidden gem, grannies. And here is our UVP, to be a hub and database of the secret wisdom and keep it alive. We provide all the chain of keeping wisdom alive. We will curate the wisdom to our database, and we will transfer and transform wisdom to make it contemporary and keep it alive to the young generation. From this UVP, we see the potential growth of our business in the horizontal line, like focusing on the food wisdom as a treasure chef, focusing on the craft wisdom as a treasure artisan, and so on. And the first area of wisdom that we're focusing on is food wisdom in the name of treasure chef. Why we start on food wisdom? Because Thailand is a foodie country. You can see the user growth rate of Wong Nai application. And if we step closer to the heritage food, we can see that the content like this on the social media is very impactful. Everyone loves to read and love to share it. But in the reality, the trendy heritage food is on the high-end restaurant that cooked by the famous chef, and not much people can afford it. So we aim to extend a lavish dish from our granny, and most of all, we aim to create a space for our granny to enjoy the cooking time, and they will be proud of themselves through this wisdom. There are three wisdom generators. The first one, we hope that granny can directly feed their wisdom recipe to our database. And the second one, we will entice the relative or grandchild to give us a wisdom. And the last one is us. Here is some sample that relatives sent us the feedback when we launched a hashtag My Treasure Chef campaign on our Facebook page. Then after we got a pool of wisdom, we will build a community that everyone can rate a treasure chef and the recipe. After that, this is initiate revenue stream that we aim to. We will transform like a dining club and workshop. And after that, we will transform the wisdom for the contemporary. We will co-creation with the food expert. And here is our milestone in the long run. We hope that we will be a connector and facilitator for corporations who need some wisdom from granny, that we will can send them directly and facilitate that everyone can get the wisdom and make it happen. Thank you.
Let me just say, I like your idea, but and I invested in a company like this in America, but they started out exactly like you started. and they ended up doing living wills, and basically you could watch a funeral they pre-recorded. I mean, it was quite entertaining. And they found out doing this they couldn't make any money. Nobody would pay anything. So my question is, how do you really make money from this? Granny's not going to pay you, right? Maybe Granny's kids will pay you. I know you have classes and things like that, but I'm not sure somebody's going to pay to see Granny's, video or something.
Okay. First, our focus is not on the personal, which is like not that Granny, but their wisdom. So, as we said before, we are hub and database. So we collect all that wisdom into us, not that personal bit.
As I said before, that in initiate phase, we will make the money from buying a course or workshop, but in the long run, I hope that I will make the revenue like the connector or facilitator. Like when Museum Siam have to create some events and they need some traditional food, we will be a facilitator and connector and provide them a wisdom story, a wisdom food, and a wisdom recipe.
So I want to follow up on what Mark just said. I think you need to position yourselves as a social impact venture more than trying to make money. And I'm glad you brought up David Thompson. I know him well, and he tried to set up a restaurant where a part of it would be a library, because he's trying to get Thailand become view and recognize the international as an international cuisine, just like France. France is the only country to have that. And so I think as a social impact, you have some great opportunities to, if you have loftier goals and just to share on this and looking at it from the database perspective, it could be, the database itself could be valuable. So who would want that? And you've got great partnerships. You're working with Kunyan at Long Night, he's perfect for that. Cookly, there's Take Me Home. There's a lot of startups here that you can co-market with and work with. But the model probably has to be more social impact than that. So we look forward to seeing that, seeing the model change on that.
Any other question?
What would be the other services that you have in mind? I mean, I like your project basically for personal reason. My parents are basically in the same situation, but it's very difficult in France. People feel isolated. My mom is disabled, okay? She cannot move, and she needs to see my dad, who is in an hospice, okay? So that's my story. And she cannot find any services, and the problem is who is going to pay as well, for this kind of transportation. But you have some good experiences. For example, some students get a room in a house run by an elderly person, and they have fantastic cross-generational experiences. So what is your next step, I would say?
Like we aren't aim to find any revenue on the hidden gem side, but we aim to get some revenue from the new generations. As we said before, Thailand are now foodie country, so we want to sell the first circuit the dining club. So we want them to appreciate the food wisdom from our hidden gems, those hidden gems. So we create the dinner club to experience that recipe together. We want the granny to express her wisdom. In the dinner club, we want to sell the ticket 500 baht per head, include only 30 persons who want to try this recipe like that.
Thank you.